Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're back. We're front. We're sideways. We're on Oizys.
Mostly sideways.
We are being infested with earworms.
Yes!
This music is getting to
Why
me.
are you doing this to us?
Hello, Drago. Hello,
And I'm
Orca.
gonna make it worse by buying the album when it comes out.
I know. I know. We are getting the album, right?
Tell me when they announce it.
Hi. So,
Which should, it should come out like around when the next expansion comes out. So the pre-order will be just a little bit ahead of that, probably.
hopefully.
But, because of course they don't want to release it any earlier than the expansion because the track titles, if nothing else, will be spoilers for like 7.55.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hi,
sorry,
Drago. Hi,
Orca.
Orca. Not our fault. We didn't do it.
Well, shall we check some side quests? We've got at least three of them.
At least one. Yes. Probably start with Theorizing Way. He's right here.
Hello, Theorizing Way. Can we help you?
An interstellar field trip. Theorizing Way awaits the arrival of erudite guests. You might have a long wait.
If it isn't young Theron and Rylea. Really? Really?
Young.
Oh, we are talking with Loprits.
Yes.
Naturally, my sharp ears have caught wind of your many academic achievements back in Charlian.
Or what now?
Yes. Just what I said. Who am I? Why, I am the great thinker Theorizing Way. More pursuant to our purposes today, I am the designated liaison between our initiative and the Studium. And given that we've been poaching their staff, I've taken it upon myself to lend my incredible intellect to their research whenever I'm able. As it happens, today I'm to welcome a select few gifted scholars who wish to take part in our little project. Would you care to receive them with me? I think we should do that.
He's vibrating.
Theron, I'd hoped we'd see you here. After all, it was your words during the assembly at Apora that led us down the path of interstellar exploration. And now, at Searching Way's invitation, we're here to help with the project grow. Regrettably, the Studium exam schedule won't permit everyone to attend today, but I managed to abscond with these two. As you might expect, I've been up to my elbows in dough since we last met. Yeah, these are the main people we dealt with when we did the Studium crafting stuff.
Yes.
Yet, there are
Yes.
yet improvements to Merle Webb's bread to be made.
Mervyn bread.
Yeah, you're right, Mervyn bread.
Merle Webb has nothing to do with this.
She'll shoot it,
She
happily.
wants nothing. Yeah, she wants nothing to do with this.
There are yet improvements to Mervyn's bread to be made. I'm certain of it. I hear the crew members here eat a lot of Archon loaf, so I thought I'd come and hand out samples for a comparative study. Trust me, it will be well received.
Anything does well in comparison to her bread.
If you have Archon Loaf, you have a problem?
Oh, yes. But how fare you, my friends? You went to the furthest reaches of the realm for my research. Now here you are exploring the stars beyond. I'm lucky my work inadvertently led to a treatment for ether sickness. I'd rather not describe the visions I saw on the voyage here. Still, a trip like this is well worth the misery, where I'm most intrigued by the correlation between stars and stellar currents, and poor Oizys' plight besides.
I'd like to take these two on a tour of the initiative's newest base of operations, that they might be witness to the fruits of their research directly. Thanks to my tremendous forethought, all is in readiness, my dear. You may show them around as you see fit. And who better to give you an overview of the latest developments than Theron, Vexta, and Rylea Sarnath themselves? Do calm yourself. I need only chaperone their field trip and answer whatever questions they may have. I should be delighted to hear about the project from the perspective of one so intimately familiar with our own work. We'll begin with a look at the culinary offerings of terra firma. Please join us. Oh, this should be good.
Uh-huh. So, suppose you have to have done all the studium to get this one?
I think so.
We definitely need to finish off Wachumeki Meki. I see you have your zoomies.
Oh dear. Aliapo?
Okay then.
Given the limiting factors on what can be brought out here, the food supply must want for variety. The crew will doubtlessly appreciate DeBroy's handwork. Scrutinizing researcher. Is this what they're researching in Charlian? Sampling researcher.
Well, it looks normal enough. Arf. Not only must it resist spoilage on the journey, the food must be fitting for its new environs as well.
Did you know that each and every recipe offered here was approved by our own very facility of medicine? And I've just asked for these kind volunteers to sample my latest iteration of Marvin bread.
It's so light and fluffy I can scarcely believe it has the same nutritional value as Archon loaf.
Despite our best efforts, feeding the crew is a major challenge. Harvests from the other star undergo laborious quality checks, and even then, supply is short. We try to import more than Archon loaf, but our daily offerings are woefully limited. Marvin bread would certainly make a welcome addition. I'm pleased to hear it. This is precisely the sort of problem I had hoped to solve with my research. Yet there remains logistical issues. Professor Gavril helped to streamline production considerably, but to bring so many loaves here...
Considering the size of the ship, yeah.
Have you any insight, Theron, Rylea?
Build a cargo hauler ship. Put a sprig in a can of tomato sauce and hope for the best.
Yes! We can produce it locally through stellar missions. Where there's a will, there's a way?
Something like that.
Of course, the initiative has its share of culinarians. With their help, preparing it on site would be a trifle. This has been a valuable excursion. Already I have such splendid ideas for the furtherance of Mervin's bread. Oh, by all means, help yourselves to the rest of the samples. I know Deborah's research would prove useful here. Next, let's descend to the desert burrow where participants of archaeology are being put to the test.
Etherology.
That was aetherology? It looked like archaeology.
I think so.
It was an ology! Don't look at me, I just pound things.
Aetherology, yes.
Hold on. Yeah, that's what I thought. We want to go this way. It's being sneaky!
It does that.
Actually, no. No, we do want to go this way.
Whee!
And from here, we go this way. The ruins of an unknown civilization buried under the wasteland. Why, any scholar would swoon at the sound of it. How long have these ruins been here, and in such pristine condition?
I read of this place, but no report could possibly convey what it is to stand here and see it for oneself. The structures would be an architectural feat regardless, but that the stone devices within are capable of access control and data storage almost beggars belief. Faculty of Aetherology helped to analyze the mineral samples, you know. They have compositions the likes of which we've never seen. Every indication points to there having once been fossilized plant matter, but that would call the very foundations of Aetherology into question. Furthermore, our own command of Aether allows us to elicit only a fraction of the response this material would have given the better attuned Voyagers. Now that they're gone, you may never know the truth of it.
We'll solve the mystery ere long.
We're not Lapras or Vera. We don't have long ears.
Yes?
I was waiting for a reaction.
What, my ears aren't long enough?
Probably not. I'll find the answers myself if that's what it takes. This interstellar research leads one to the strangest places, doesn't it? We intend to see more of Oizys, but you needn't spend any more of your valuable time escorting us. We'll be certain to check in with Theorizing Way ahead of departure, so that you know we haven't fallen into a gravity well. That would be good.
And
We want to take a look
RTB.
here while we're here.
What was that?
Do we want to take a look here while we're here?
Oh, we've already been here.
Not since the final step. I don't think it's changed much, but
Like this really
somebody
goes
might as
anywhere.
well use the tramway.
What little tramway there is.
actually fairly extensive. It's just short hops all the way. Now somebody's busily mining away. Okay, so there's the main crystal. All lit up.
Apparently it's picture taking time.
Yes. It's always picture taking time. Huh. I hadn't properly realized that all of the little crystals have basically leads in the floor going to the main one.
Yep.
Signs of other circuitry. At least in that room.
And of course, this is still being dug out.
Apparently. Of course, that seems like there's a solid wall over there, but of course we know it's right next to another chamber. And that's a half-buried door?
Possibly.
And it's got the archway. To the south.
Okay, RTB. Hey, Doodles!
Hey there.
We're just doing one of the side quests here in the Oizys. And then we're off to
trimming them
more
away.
Merchant's Tale.
Nice to see that all the finds have attracted more members to the studio.
And back to the start.
Back to theorizing away.
Welcome back, young Theron. Rylia. I take it our studium visitors are still enjoying the sights? Yes, they are. If it isn't our esteemed guest, tell me, how did you find Oizys?
Utterly fascinating. 100 times more so than words can convey. The sheer scale of the ruins, for instance. How did the Voyagers use their technology that they saw fit to place their devices across such great distance? At any rate, my research will be much improved now that I have a proper frame of reference.
Likewise, it's heartening to have spoken with the very many people who need Mervyn bread most. Then your field trip was a smashing success, quite as anticipated. Scholastic research and the spirit of exploration make for a fraught marriage at times, but there's not greater potential. With the Studium and the Initiative working hard hand in paw, we, some of my daft fellows excluded, can achieve true greatness in the field of interstellar studies.
Speaking of greatness, must you always play the part of the humble assistant? Your many talents are no secret to us, you realize.
Yeah, well...
What can I say? I like to work with my hands.
Yeah.
Abstruse mathematics are a little beyond my pay grade.
Well, I believe I speak for all of us when I say it's always a pleasure to collaborate with you, be we together or stars apart.
Just so. Never forget that we're with you every step of the way. And rest assured that those absent today are just as dedicated to the cause. Their work will call them to visit sooner or later.
But you'll be on the next star by then, won't you? I do hope we can meet you there.
Have until the next big patch.
Don't be a stranger! Well, aren't you a sight for store eyes? Welcome to Oizys, my friends. Surging Way, I'm so pleased you came to see us. Why wouldn't I? You are no less a part of this project than I am. I'm honored to hear you say so, and come to think of it, I never did get to rub those ears.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh! What have I got myself into?
Your rubs, that's what.
Okay, book time? Or do we want to do another quest?
Yeah. Let's, do one a night.
Okay, book time.
So Friday and Monday.
Book.
There's always time for books.
Excuse you.
Ease.
Yes, we have. Rye has been keeping notes.
Yes. Speaking of.
Is there something I should know?
I just needed to get the note file back up.
And we want to go right.
Yes.
Mr. Merchant with his cart.
This isn't good.
Yep, there's the broken wheel. Right over there.
Mm-hmm. it's actually a four-wheeled cart, so basically both of them on one side have come off.
I'm starting to wonder if where we're going next expansion isn't actually Mercidia. I'm wondering if we're going to Kervosi.
Possible, but I tend to think, sadly, not. Feeling a little less crabby.
Meh. Now, in this case, we want to see if we can keep the bombs away from the water?
From the, at least the cave side with the water in it.
So, right about here.
Yeah. There is something of a vein up there of the type that needs to be broken, but it's not anything that actually broke last time. And yeah, there's actually no vein where the solution is.
We are not getting the flooding water.
Okay, give me a minute. I need to take notes.
This will probably affect the genie boss.
Well, I have a thought on that if you give me a minute. So, well, yeah, I'm not sure. Because it seems like the mid-boss was always the genie on the left route, right? And then the middle route, we had the genie once, and then usually the,
Griffin.
rock,
The rook.
which is, you know, saying the same word effectively as rock. And then here so far we've just had the genie. So we've had one that's all one and one that's kind of half and half. If we meet up with a third, I think what we might be missing from the other pathway is the genie. So yeah, like half the time, most of the time is the genie, and then a third to a half is the rock. remember, did he have any water-based mechanics last time?
He had ink.
Probably won't get that this time.
Cannons!
Yeah. I'd be quite happy if we didn't get those on one of the mechanics. Okay, big buffs. Okay, yeah. Let us send on a high, an explosive note.
Yeah, watch out.
Yeah, that's your warning to make sure you're somewhat pumped up. Well, that's new. Rainbow Road.
Over here.
Indeed. How breathtaking and dangerous. Yes, dangerous. Stay focused. Oh, jeez. Really? Ow! It was not the timing I was hoping for.
Careful coming up.
Yeah.
Other side.
Yes.
Sparklers. I use cannons.
Yeah. Nope. Dang it. Just can't maneuver that many ways that fast. That looks painful. That's Rainbow Road again. Cut across. Back. Nope, 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 nope. It hasn't gone off yet.
No, it's good. A second round's going on. Over here. Over here.
No. This is right. Big buff.
Your side. Cannons. So yeah, the other time he did the water sprites with ink
right.
bushes.
Yeah.
So
The dense version of hopscotch. Someone not paying enough attention to me.
oh, they're paying attention to me now. So all's right.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, last time we went this way. Do we want to do that again and just not blow the conch?
Yes, especially since we did what's it?
Let's
Didn't
fancy
do
a
the,
stroll on the
rocks.
beach. And no touching the conch. Or the conch.
And
Don't
really,
lick
you
the
should be
pearl.
touching the pearl.
She's licking the pearl.
Yep. She has learned a better lesson. Great.
Anemones.
Anemone.
Yay!
Ribbons.
To put in your hair?
That'd be nice.
The anemone of your anemone is my anemone?
Something like that.
Ready?
Sure. Big bucks. Let her have it. Getting that sequence.
Seahorse first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 1
Yes. Is it bad that I keep wanting to say Tatsunoko?
I don't think so. I'm sure Yoshi P would approve. Seahorse first.
Fairy. Oh boy. Swimming in the air.
Right. This
Oh,
corner over here.
or the opposite corner. We'll do this time.
Over here. And then out.
Big bumps.
Far corner.
Yeah. In and be ready to get out. As encroaching twin tides. Ceaseless current. This is new. Oh, jeez. And now this.
Handled.
Yes. Go. Fairy, Tatsunoko, fairy. Out of the circle. Out of the fairies.
I messed that one up.
Whoos.
This corner over here.
Other corners, we'll see. Okay. Big buffs. Okay, this corner. No! And then out.
Get.
I know where you got one of them.
Apparently I didn't do something right with piercing plunge.
Yes. Okay, here we go again. Fairy. Another fairy.
In, then out.
Back and forth. Yep. Okay, over. Out. Over.
Dead.
Over. There will be a small pause in the fight.
Your corner.
Third call. Sunken treasure. Oh. Here. Ow. Went over too far. That's... Go down already. Thank you.
Two Carforcy pot shards.
Yep. And a pearl. Which will get rejected again. Thank you, Orca.
She is just full of reject.
Yeah.
She was unmoved. Oh dear, we need to try harder.
Yes.
Well, this is a tonal shift.
Yes!
We going back in?
Hey!
Actually, we have
Nope.
something to read first.
Yes. Entry 7. I think? No.
Yes, the Ocean's
Easy.
Beauty. Actually, I think this is entry 8.
Yeah. 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 The Ocean's Bounty. The merchant apprised these shimmering waters before him, certain they contained riches untold. While I tend to become distracted by grand scenery, even the most stoic soul would be stunned speechless by the beautiful sea we came upon. Beds of seaweed thick as a forest, glittering fish beyond counting, and crabs hoisting their little claws up high as if rejoicing. Truly, a culinarian would marvel at the ingredients gathered there. I dare say a truly skilled hand could prepare a full-course meal without stepping foot from those verdant shores. Strangely enough, there is not a single fisher in sight, yet I suppose the sheer number of deadly creatures we encountered is sufficient explanation. Or the presence of sea people.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the protagonist of The Merchant's Tale, I am no fighter, so I was most grateful for my bodyguard's presence. And although we met nary a soul, We noticed the plain markings of civilization along the way. Perhaps there was a fishing village we overlooked somehow. Oh, what I would not give for a glimpse into their way of life. Which of the sea's bounties did they favor, and how did they prepare them? I admit, the lack of answers does fill me with some measure of regret.
Hello, Cordwin! I hope your stream
Hey
went
there.
well. You were doing driving things again. Bodies to
We're
stack
reading
in the
books
corner.
and we're reading books and keeping people out of culinary misfortune.
Yes, yes. I'm surprised she hasn't been hospitalized with the tummy tums.
Yeah, cast iron stomach.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so that's 2 down and 2 to go.
We definitely have some holes here.
Yeah. Well, this one, we just have 2. So what's our semi? Well, the semi secret is the conch.
Yeah, which we got the
Okay,
conch. We haven't done the other
we still
shoreline.
need to do the non-beach.
Yeah, it's great you were able to stop by and say hi, Care. Good win, yes. Let's see. This coming weekend is game, isn't it?
Should be.
That means we will have no car. Sorry.
Yeah. No car while Baron tries to kill everyone.
One car for 3 adults. At least we're down cars, so we don't have to deal with some of the gas situation.
And parking on the street. People hitting running parked cars in the street.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's what got
Yeah.
Rye's car last time, is that someone...
It had other problems, but that sure added a bunch to them.
Let's be honest, that was the nail in the coffin.
Well, it certainly made it sure that I wasn't going to bother.
You like the ability to work from home.
Oh, God, yes. I like the ability to not spend 2 hours a day on commute.
There's a reason why Rendis doesn't have a car anymore. Where are you going? Come help carry
Can
boxes.
we skip that encounter?
Oh, I clicked on it already. I'm sorry. I didn't think we could, or else the gate would not open.
That's my feeling too, but we have yet to test this.
But yeah, Ken is doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
The Miata is doing
He
fine.
has Kinergy.
He very much has. I need to get that as a vinyl sticker for his back window. Kinergy. This car is Kenough. Yeah, with the warm weather, once the heat wave passes, I can actually take my bicycle out a bit. I hope so. I mean, air-wise and allergy-wise, I've been doing a lot better recently thanks to the allergy shots. Stomach on another matter, that's another matter. Yeah! We have the power of babies! Big men
Okay.
babies. Yeah, every now and then we get a a driver through here who decides they want to play pinball with the different cars parked along the street.
Well, not generally. But yeah, we came home from lunch, which was, nice and local, so we walked as we came back much noticed that my car seat shifted a little, and yeah, there was this crease through the rear fender. I'm thinking what happened is someone with, like a utility truck tried to do a 3-point turn there and failed it.
Thankfully, we were in a position where you were already commuting up to San Fran by train, so you weren't really using your
And
car
it
much.
took time for, the car is perfectly fine at that point. It's just that
Do we want to do the Rainbow Road again? That seemed to be a little easier than the water nymphs.
Sure. Maybe it was for you. Neither one was all that great for me. But, also,
I mean,
the only thing it really led to is it let water into basically the area above the wheel well, and things started drifting through and getting into the car, so it was basically letting moisture in when it rained. And it felt cold. But it already had other problems, which finally came due at around the same time. It was known it had problems with the CV boost when the finally gave out.
yeah.
And because of the combination of the two, I said, yeah, I am not even going to contemplate it.
But at the time, you could commute to work via Caltrans, so... Now, isn't Caltrans...
Caltrans is a little different.
Yeah. Is it my imagination, or do I remember Caltrans saying they were going to add a line for Santa Cruz via Caltrans?
Caltrain.
I know talking during boss fights is probably not the smartest.
Thinking during boss fights. Not that I know of. I mean, their big thing, which they finally finished off, was they have gone all electric now.
Cannons incoming.
Speaking of Caltrain,
Boop boop. My side.
yes.
I mean, me personally, if they did actually put a Caltrain line into Santa Cruz, I'd be all over that. Oh, this way.
Yeah. Could not make it in time. Going the other way.
But that's just me personally, and you're right, there is no great route. My
Your
side.
side.
Yeah, as it is, I'm not exactly happy with the current construction with the Caltrans for, the BART for San Jose. Because the way they've currently got it set up, it's a commute just to get down to the rail line.
Yeah, that I believe they're talking about extending further. I'm not quite sure where.
What I'm talking about is that they're boring so deep to put this the rail line in over here, so that it avoids all the tech company high rises. That it's literally a commute to go from the surface street over this way.
Come on! Oh, for this sequence, I hope it'll be.
Just to take the escalators down to the tracks. It's like, this kind of defeats the point. Ow. Well, you're not dead yet, so...
He's giving it his all.
My side.
AoE.
Finally!
Not sure.
I mean, he's not bad. We've had worse bosses in the game. It's just...
Yeah.
I'm always mad when I mess up.
I do find the rock a bit easier overall. And of course, the Sword Master is just the worst.
Well, the Swordmaster's a big bad end boss, so that's to be expected.
Yeah, but she's the worst of the lot for in that for in the bosses. Short of the secret.
It's a secret! Get some personal spoils going on.
Ribbons.
And this time we won't go seaweed, won't steer us wrong.
What was it again?
Seaweed won't steer us wrong.
Seaweed.
Don't slip. Oh god, she's gonna lick the coral.
Yeah.
Yeah, she licked the coral.
Or
Of course it tastes bitter. It tastes of seed water. Jeez. You think she'd figure this out by now?
Blues have fantastic colors. Well, what's the name?
Oops.
Yeah.
course he inhales everything.
Nature's vacuum cleaners. Glad we weren't pulled into that goose gullet. Yeah, you kind of stood in the middle of one of those. Look at those rocks. Something strange about them.
Sea sweepers. Oh, we know these
Letter
guys.
in a bottle.
Indeed. Do we want to do the bottle now or next round?
Bottle now. She even points it out. I don't think it's a secret. I think it's just going to be a message. A clue. I pray this letter finds its way into the hands of a kind-hearted soul who shall bear word of the ruin encroaching upon my home to a warrior of courage. Do we know any warriors of courage?
Us?
Do we know any other warriors of courage?
The Swordmaster?
Yeah. Remember, we already found a thing in there that linked to the sea. The Dandan terrorizes our village. That might be our secret boss. Or it might be the current boss. Terrorizes our village, raising waves that topple our houses and lashing its tail to sink our ships. We're now cut off from our neighbors, and our reserves have dwindled to naught. Before long, none shall remain. If only we could join hands with the beautiful maidens who dwell in the sea. Yet now even they are beyond our reach.
That sounds like a clue.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got these things that are obviously meant to tie together. We're just not sure how we tie them together. Get your spoils. Get some ribbons.
Interesting. This is the...
Yeah,
Try your thing here.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it. I'm thinking it might be while targeted on the conch. With the idea that you end up seeing it into the conch.
No, I think there's something else. But we definitely have something here.
Heck if I know. Cove of Countless Numbers. Equal sea deep. And that's presumably the normal way in.
Yeah, because if we took the beach path, this is the way we'd come through. Well, let's see what we got.
Yeah. Unexpected encounter, which we are expecting. Okay, great. You can't get to her without all of that going off. Don't do it that way.
You ready?
Maybe. Big gloves are up and running. Give her what for. Let her song ring ever louder. Right. fairy.
Let's see how many mechanics I can mess up this time.
Please don't. Okay. Fairy has it. No move. Skyler steps. Overflow close into a wishing for yours. Spin buffs. Right.
Up here.
Thank you.
Receding. Out and in.
Yeah, it's like that one centimeter in reverse.
Oh dear.
Fairy, fairy, that's no go. Oh jeez,
Over
yeah,
to me.
this is new. Get me out of this corner!
Hey, Octi!
Hey, hey. Go fairy, that's go fairy.
I do not see the go moves.
Back and forth. True. Oh, that would be why. And the other. Ow. How did I do that?
Yeah, I messed that up too.
Okay, not quite as good as I bumped the last one.
Over here. Actually, no, wait. Wait towards the center.
I don't think she was doing
Oh.
it.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna do this.
Yeah,
The
I
wind
know what you were
split.
going for. That's one of the things that's been holding me back on a couple of these. this is where she does it. She does it on these balls and not the others. Yeah, get out of there.
No, I made it. Somehow.
Okay, we have her. She doesn't do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Do not aim that towards me.
I wish it wasn't aimed at me either, but it's nice to want
Yeah.
things.
Okay, fairy Tatsunoko fairy. Swap, stay, and swap. Stay. Swap.
Well, somehow I did that. I don't know how, but I did.
Yeah, you sure did. Never mind. Potshirts.
Ooh, a sea maid card.
Ah.
And she is going to reject us again.
She is full of rejection. Rejection is strong with this one.
Because we have not found her heart's desire.
Or at least we haven't managed to have a conversation with her.
I think she was from the one tribe that got taken out by the Dandan, and that's why she's so morose.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we got for clue reading?
Looks like number 5. The sunlit expanse. The rippling ocean surface and shells strewn upon the beach each reflected the sun's rays in a competition of brilliance. Every object that caught my eyes glittered like a gemstone, impressing upon me the beauty of the sea. We only beheld the scene in the daylight, but doubtless nightfall would have brought an even more wondrous sight. Is there a way to shift time? I have heard that in some areas along the coast of the Corvo's Narrow, the rocks are stained a pale pink, the color arising from a mixture of the environmental ether and the remains of small organisms accumulated over many long years. Again, I am reminded how strange and fascinating nature can be. Incidentally, among the several volumes of the Merchant's Tale I consulted, was one from Ras-dat-Han, wherein the primary setting was a dazzling coastal region. In that edition of the story, the characters traversed a coral cave and walked inside a gigantic spiral shell. There, they accepted a starfish's invitation to the bottom of the sea, where the Sea King bestows upon them a pearl that glows with a soft pink light. This treasure was the one which ultimately moved the maiden's heart. Indeed, corals, spiral shells, starfish, and such all made an appearance in our journey, yet none seemed to carry the special significance. Meaning specials. Perhaps in another version of events, these objects could play a more crucial role in the merchant's quest.
Coral, spiral shells.
Starfish. And of course, walking inside a gigantic spiral shell, and of course, the fact that she talks about what the place would look like at night. We've already had a variant dungeon where one of the mechanics is to wait around until night. I'm
Nightfall.
wondering if there's a way to do that here. Maybe not helping the one merchant. I kind of suspect you have to do that to get it to go forward, but but one of the things to see is, can you
Okay,
skip
now
that?
one of the other clues. Okay, you might want to mark down a section of possible clues.
Yeah.
In this case, it would be the corals, spiral shells, starfish.
Hold on a second.
And now we have to engage our brains. This music is not helping the matter, it is making us very smooth-brained.
Inside spiral shell, because they walk inside the gigantic spiral shell and then get the starfish's invitation.
Okay, you have that marked, or are you still working on it?
Pretty well marked.
Okay, so other clues we've seen. In the Near East, a bow is a customary greeting, yet if we'd followed the polite custom, we would have been cut down in an instant.
Yeah, I don't know that that's anything we can work with.
I think what it is she summons and then we bow to her and see what she does.
Maybe?
I put it on the list.
Yeah.
Done that one. Okay, here's possible. Recalling such displays remind me of a scene from an edition of The Merchant's Tale written for children. In it, the characters reach a stage which shone with rainbow hues.
Oh.
Which sounds like that platform we were at before we hit the boss. It was built not for a king or queen, but as a ceremonial place to make an offering of friendship to a different race of people.
Yeah.
If the king takes pleasure in display of martial prowess, what would pique the interest of an entirely different race? I don't know, dance, sing?
Yeah. Well, keep going.
Gaining an understanding of the story's cultural background should allow us to anticipate the tale's twist before maybe bow.
Yeah, maybe that's where you should bow. I'm trying to remember with the big secret one in one with the but that big complicated thing we had to do, we had to be targeted on the King's Sepulchre, didn't we? So we need, so following that pattern, we need something to be targeted on, and I haven't seen
Actually,
that yet.
you didn't need to be targeted on it.
Okay, I thought we did.
Maybe.
And that was like one of
several. It was like a couple years ago.
I know. Anything else you're seeing in those? Not seeing anything in the entries?
I'm slowly going through. I'm mostly skimming, so I could miss stuff.
Yeah. That's fine. Tell me when you're done skimming. Or you find something.
Okay, in our battle, it seemed the Sea Maid controlled other sea creatures through song. This may imply her origins lie in a culture which held music in high regard.
Is there a sing emote?
There is, but it tends to be locked out via Mog Station, so
Yeah, it won't be one of those.
it'll be a base emote that everyone gets.
Yeah, it has to be. I just thought sing would have been a base emote. / dance, maybe.
However, I fear neither my bodyguard nor I can sing loud enough to be heard from underwater surface. Even so, there may be a way to make a sound that reaches even the ocean floor.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking this might come down to do things while targeted on the conch. Anything else?
Not seeing anything offhand.
Okay.
I'm still kind of getting the last few.
Okay. Now tell me when you finish going through them. definitely
Yeah,
pulling out some good stuff.
I think I'm at my end at the moment.
Okay, now, what is the one major clue we've gotten that isn't in the book?
Well, there's the bombs from the...
Yeah, I don't think it's that, but that is something to remember.
And then there was that note in the little
The journal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
that's
there's
the
two different journals. There's two different journals. One is the one in the Swordmaster hidden cave.
Yes.
The other is the washed up bottle.
Oh, right, yes. So the first one, that's the one that I've been trying to trigger off a piece of, and so far it hasn't worked. And I think it's part of... I've always suspected it's probably part of the final secret, and it's starting to come into greater focus. Talking about, she's training there and everything, and saying that, sometime she or he, because we don't know that it really is her, it could be someone else going through the same regimen. We don't know. But basically, at some point, she will leave, she will return to the sea, stand at the shore, and say, "I have returned."
And they actually used shore as the word.
I believe so. I will probably need to listen to that episode again.
Okay, so the two things we should like to try.
That's why I've been going up to the shoreline and saying that.
Is try that while targeted on the conch, assuming it won't just automatically set the conch off.
Yes.
But try it before touching the conch.
Sure.
That might do it.
Current thought is, it'll be more like the last secret with the Amalja one, where, target the right thing, possibly the conch, have an offering, and we haven't figured out what the offering is.
Well, we haven't seen anything we could take as an offering.
Yes, that's part of the problem.
Now, I will note, on the first path, there was a room we could not get into.
Yes, and boy, if we could figure that out, I think that's part of what we need, is to see what they give us in that path. So far, we haven't seen anything that tells us how to get there.
Yeah, the closest thing I had was the banish, and that did not work.
Oh, right. No, that's right. We still need to try that.
No, I did try that.
Yes, but no. Give me a minute. We'll get back to that. Because that's taking us in a different direction, and so, I think we're gonna need, the right place, possibly the conch, an offering, which we just don't have, probably to say I have returned, and possibly any boat, which could be bow or dance or something. You might want to look through a listing of simple emotes.
Unfortunately, they don't have any spread to know what's a simple emote and what isn't.
So, okay. So that's that. That's all stuff, I think, for entry 13. Now, back to the left-hand path and banish. I'm thinking... we did try the banish and it didn't work, but I'm thinking it might work more like the magnetic thing in the center path, which means it's not us getting hit with it, it's getting some other object hit by it. And we have yet to try that. Yeah, I don't know what it would be. I don't recall anything around there, but we weren't really looking for that. So I'm kind of thinking our next step might be to revisit that path and see if we can find something to get banished other than us. I don't think that'll work because of the placing of that path. We need to get basically ported over there long before we encounter them. But we just haven't seen anything to do that yet. But that is also something to keep an eye out for when we do that.
Well, we have a plan forward, so...
Yeah, or at least we have things to look at, or look for.
Grr.
Yes, but hey, we got all 4 of the center path ones without much trouble. So we're slightly ahead of our usual curve.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
have
getting
3 pips left.
Yeah, and basically, it seems like there's 2 easy ones. Just go down the 2 variations on each of the 3 paths. And then there's one that's a little bit harder to get at. And then there's one that's noticeably harder to get at. And basically we've done all of that in the center, and we've done all but the hardest on the left and all but the hardest on the right. And we probably need to get both of those in before we really know what we need to do to get the 13th. Even though we are seeing enough pieces that we have a pretty good idea of the shape.
Oh, I'm sure the majority went and just Googled and straight-lined it there.
Probably.
We like doing our own discoveries, as you can see.
Yeah. We usually give up and have to look them up, but that's only after we spend some time beating our head against the wall.
But that would be for Friday.
Yes, it will.
As long as you have the notes, we can definitely come back and try different things.
Oh, yes. And one of the things I would like to try is the bit with the cart, just to see if we can skip it, and if that makes the travel time longer and suddenly we're there at night. I don't think it's skippable, and I don't think that'll happen. But the fact that she talked about what would it look like at nighttime is definitely suggestive.
Yeah, we can give it a try. With that said, it is time...
Yeah, we have multiple low odds things to go try out.
Yes, we do. With that said, it is time and past time to call it a night. I see that Life Sewing is on, so I'll shuffle you off to his way. Thank you very much for coming along this evening. We will be back
Life Sewing Way?
Yes, Life Sewing Way! We will be back on Friday starting at 10 p.m. Pacific. So until then, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we really hope to see you then.
Yes, everyone have a great night. Hope to see you on Friday.
Good night, all.